Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a big party, but fortunately, no raining on that parade. Nothing like they saw this weekend, right? We saw this weekend.
No, a completely different story, really over the next several days, but just prime, perfect conditions for the Blazers block party. We're expecting to see those temperatures right around 4 or 5 o'clock to be in the mid-70s with mostly cloudy skies. If you're a little sensitive to the sunlight, and be sure to still rub on some sunscreen before you head out and about. Of course, a much different picture than what we experienced from back over the weekend, those dark storm clouds and rainy conditions where we really saw the biggest brunt of moisture falling back on Friday and Saturday, filling up our rain gauges to over 3/4 of an inch. A very welcome sight for what had been a over 2-week-long stretch of rain-free conditions. Now the month of June surpassing what we typically see through the entirety of the month, nearing that 2-inch mark as we sit above average by more than a ½ inch. Now that does compare to some drier past Junes we've seen over the past 10 years or so, but look at 2020, 2022, we're still a far cry from that with our nearly 2 inches that we have currently seen. But it wasn't just the rain we were talking about. Up in elevation, there you go, some fresh snow over the high terrain of Mount Hood as we currently sit at 60 degrees. Now we still keep that sunshine going with a live look out over downtown Portland as our temperatures are pushing close to 80 degrees. We got those high thin cirrus clouds in the mix as well, and those will be clearing out as we work our way through the rest of the night, and temperatures cool into the upper 60s as we approach the midnight hour. You can see those high thin cirrus clouds here across our area, but more clouds are on their way, and that will make for a mostly cloudy Tuesday as our temperatures today have managed to get back up into the upper 70s for this hour. A temperature difference over the past 24 hours up by about 10 to 15 degrees in many cases. But really over the next 7 days or so, we're going to see some stability in our weather pattern. The jet stream just kind of sitting on the fringe of the Pacific Northwest. So that will keep the cloud coverage moving back into our area, but also stabilize those temperatures and keep them in the mild zone and the warm summer-like air at bay over the central Pacific. So we'll time everything out here with those clouds increasing for much of the day tomorrow. We'll start off tomorrow with a little bit more of that sunshine, but then we are socked in. I don't anticipate really any moisture, maybe a single raindrop or two as we move our way into Wednesday morning, but rain is really not in the cards over the next week or so. You can see that here by our future cast with our rain accumulation showing a lot of zeros. 57 degrees, that's where we expect to fall to tonight with those clearing skies. Tomorrow we'll start the day off with some more sunshine. Clouds will increase. It won't stop our temperatures though from warming back up into the mid 80s, and then we start to cool things back down again by Wednesday, 74 degrees. And keep in mind, we should be in the mid 70s for this time of year. That will be the case as we move our way towards the weekend. And then for Saturday, Sunday, we start to get a little bit more of that sense of summer-like conditions as we push close to 90 degrees by Sunday. I think we'll struggle to actually hit 90, but 88, definitely a lot warmer than, say, 73 that we will see on Thursday. But overall, a very dry stretch of weather is starting to take shape, but very comfortable to be out and about.
Yeah, last weekend looks a whole lot more like summertime. This weekend, upcoming weekend, does than the last one.
Weekend, absolutely.
That was a wet one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
Well, coming